Okay, chapter 4 of texture. I zoomed in a little bit for you. Now let's just kind of try to see if we can make this section happen. So I brought in this convex right over here, and now I'm going to pull this. See, this dark over here is killing it, so I got to tap that. So now I'm coming in with another convex. I just want to sharpen some of this. This is the sharpest edge right over here. Now, my measurements, I'm going to tell you my measurements are not exact because this needs to be smaller. But I'm not going to get too crazy. I'm not going to fix this right now. No way. I kind of just want to get this done for you. But I'm just trying to put in one or two sharper edges. And look for convex, that line that rolls in. Going with the lay of the land with some of this line. Wrap around. Don't, every line should have a purpose. This line here is just to describe form. And this is just slightly turning under. Again, I am so thinking about form. And just trying to chisel. It's like a soft chisel over here. It's like it's in the shadow, so it's soft, but I do see some areas that are chiseled. It's just you feel it when it looks good. Like right now, it's almost there. I need to just kind of keep working this section and not say, oh, okay, it's good enough. I mean, I want it to be pretty good, so I'm just going to work it a little bit more. And again, you can't even see what I'm doing when you look at that. I mean, the only person who can really see what I'm doing is me in this studio, because the light is what it is today, and the light is a little bit different than that. And I'm close, so I'm picking up way more detail with my naked eyes than I would with a camera lens. It just all has to be kind of balanced. I can't do like one extreme where one section of this drawing is going to be so texturized and the rest is going to be all soft and fuzzy. I'm trying to find like that happy medium. And I think I'm going to just sharpen the edge. I really running the risk of flattening the drawing out by doing that. I'm really looking a lot. My head is like moving up and down, up and down, up and down. Looking at this statue. Okay, let's leave that. Now let's go to this. And let's just sharpen. Same way what we did before with that. But now we're just really sharpening the edge. I don't know, something just really happened for me like over the lunch break. I came back and my eyes were much more refreshed. I don't know if it was just the light changed in my studio slightly. I don't know what happened. I wish I knew what happened. I'd speak about it, but I just am seeing clearer now. And so I can see more detail. More subtleties in all these like little chips. It could just be that I'm more focused in too. I mean, a lot of this drawing stuff is very mental, and I was focused pretty much a couple times when I was drawing with the model this weekend and on Friday. I was pretty focused. I was really focused on Tuesday, almost a week ago. And then I did a couple drawings where I wasn't focused and I wasn't really concentrating on what I was doing. I was distracted. And I was still drawing while I was distracted. And the drawings don't even compare to me. They almost look like two people did them. And I really got in. I'm really getting into this whole notion as drawing certain types of drawing being extremely similar to what people think meditation is, because you're just in the moment and you're looking at abstract shapes, and that's really a form of like meditation. Like if you sit down and you say, "Oh, I'm going to meditate," and then as soon as you meditate, or you at least you think you're meditating, and trust me, I'm no pro at meditation, but the second that you think about it and you start to do it and you try to do it, you're thinking about something else. Like you're thinking about what you have to do tomorrow, or you're thinking about, "Oh God, what am I doing sitting here? This is not working." Or then you start to feel, "Oh, my foot's falling asleep," all that kind of weird stuff. And when you try to be traditional meditator, it just doesn't work. But if you draw and you get lost in the moment, that negative space is what meditation really is. And so if you're not feeling that, if you're distracted when you're drawing, you're not going to be able to focus on all this texture. You're just going to totally get distracted, and you're just going to draw what you think is there. And that I'm starting to realize that a lot lately. Because when you get out of drawing and you're on the computer all the time and you're answering emails, and that's just a totally different mindset. And to get back into the drawing mindset, you just got to take some deep breaths and really block everything else out of your brain. Some people do that by music. I read in Norman Rockwell's biography that he had this elaborate studio, beautiful studio. I went and I visited his studio, but he basically rented a little shack from somebody in the woods so he can go there and paint when all the tourists in the summertime would come and try to peek at him painting in his studio, knock on his door and stuff like that, because it's very close to the street. And so that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, where you just need to focus. And he did it by escaping to like a barn in the woods that was very, very primitive, but he didn't really care. He just kind of brought his easel there, his paints, and kind of made it happen. The beauty about drawing is you don't need to lug all that stuff. You just need pencil and paper, somewhat of a comfortable seat, and you're good to go. How are we doing with time here? We're doing okay. I think what I'm going to do next is I'm really going to dive into the fabric. This still needs a lot of work. I think this is the wishy-washiest part of my piece right here, just because I'm using that line to separate. But I really am afraid to commit to going dark with that, because once I go dark, I'm not going to be able to bring it back. So this is a section that I have no problem finishing last. And I want to throw in a convex. And let's just sharpen this. This needs to be erased out, some of this. Got to be careful I'm not going too dark. Let's bring this eraser into the fray. And we'll come back and we'll work on the fabric. Coming down really now to the end. I mean, I still want to work on this a lot, but just don't know how much of it I'm going to do on video. Alright, let's do the fabric when we get back.